I have an issue with Palworld. I think the game is way too grindy. Now there are options that you can use to make the game a bit less grindy, but unfortunately that only works for the PAL working speed, and there are no ways to make it so recipes consume or need less items, because my biggest issue with this game is the stupid recipes, and I am going to show you what I mean in a second. So this is the issue with this game. The issue is the amount of crafting materials that you need to craft all of these items that you see on the screen. Sometimes the requirements are completely absurd and ridiculous. For example, this stupid bag that gives you more slots in your inventory requires 50 high quality wooden boards. Why the fuck does a stupid bag requires 50 motherfucking high quality wooden boards? Why the fuck? It doesn't make fucking sense. This shit is just there to pad the game, and I fucking hate this shit. I don't like this. It doesn't make sense. It's stupid. It makes the game way too grindy for no fucking reason. And this is not the only example. This is just a single example. Let's say you want to craft this advanced sphere assembly line. So you need exolite, you need plasteel, you need computers. For some reason you need 10 motherfucking computers when you should only need one. This is fucking stupid. And 10 bio batteries. So how do you get all of this shit? To craft exolite you need chromite and exolite quartz. Exolite quartz is pretty easy to get, so that's not an issue. Chromite, on the other hand, you either need a metal detector or you need to capture a smoky. And this guy, you need his saddle, and then it allows you to detect this chromite, because this chromite is invisible for some fucking reason. It's some stupid shit. So you need to detect it for the metal to spawn out of fucking nowhere in front of you so you can gather it. So you need these two materials to get exolite ingots. You also need plasteel. How the fuck do you get plasteel? Well, for plasteel you need crude oil and ore. Ore is pretty easy to come by, no problems there. But for crude oil, holy shit, you need an oil extractor. So either you make the basic one that actually requires you to put it in some place that actually has oil. You cannot create it out of nowhere. You need to find some place that actually is rich in oil, which I haven't done because fuck that shit. So I jumped directly to the high pressure crude oil extractor because that doesn't require you to find a place that actually has oil. So it doesn't matter what of these you go for. What matters is that you have to grind fucking materials, a shit ton of fucking garbage. For the basic one you need pole metal ingots and circuit boards. For the other one you need pale metal ingots, circuit boards and bio batteries. And of course ancient civilization parts. So how the fuck do you create pole metal ingot? To create pole metal ingots you need ore, no problems there, pure quartz that it's more or less easy to get, palladium fragments that also are quite easy to get, so more grind. So you need these circuit boards, obviously more fucking grind. To make these circuit boards you need pure quartz and polymer. How the fuck do you make this polymer? Well, you need high quality pale oil and sulfur. Sulfur is easy to come by if you make the station in your base, or you can mine it in dungeons. But high quality pale oil, you need specific poles to put them in a ranch so they deliver this high quality pale oil to you. So as you can see, all of this shit is a fucking Russian nest doll simulation. This is a Russian nest doll simulator. This is what it is. And this is way too fucking grindy. It's fucking obnoxious. We need exolite, plasteel, computers and bio battery. So to actually make the stupid plasteel, you need crude oil. You need the fucking stations to get the fucking oil, and to do that you need to grind certain items to even get to make these stupid stations, these extractors, and then you actually, after all of that, you need energy. So this is my base where I have these oil extractors. I have two of them, And then I had to put all the pals here. All of them are, at the very least 90% of them are electric pulse that build energy, that create energy. So these are my 3 generators or capacitors or whatever the fuck. This garbage stores electricity, and this is used for my oil extractors. Anything that requires electricity is going to feed of these 3 motherfuckers, essentially. So to make these 3 motherfuckers, you need all metal ingot and electric organs. Once again, more motherfucking grind. And you are going to require a lot of bases to be able to manage this stupid, abusive, in my opinion, grind. With the default settings of this game, which is like you can only have like 5 bases, and on those bases you can only have like 15 poles, it's not going to be enough. I had to boost the number of bases that you can have, and I had to boost also the number of poles that I can have in a given base. And even with that, I feel like I don't have enough bases, and that I need more bases, and that I need more poles. So I can only imagine how fucking shitty this is for people that is playing on the default settings. I think this is way too fucking much. And there are options that, like I said, there are options that you can change for your world settings, but I don't think they do enough. Pile work speed is good to reduce the grind, but there should be another option that also reduces the recipe requirements, the recipe material requirements, because in my opinion it's insane. It's just fucking insane. It gets to a point where I don't even want to play the fucking game anymore. Like I feel this shit is becoming a fucking digital torture. Like when you're playing those shitty Souls-like slop garbage games, when you are slamming your face in the fucking keyboard over and over and over and over and over again, just to beat a stupid, unfair, cheap, artificially difficult boss. More or less, I feel I am having the same feeling when I'm playing this game, and I see that instead of doing what I want to do, instead of exploring, instead of capturing poles, instead of fighting with my poles, what I have to do is to be grinding, babying my fucking bases, taking care of my fucking bases, micromanaging every fucking stupid base, because true automation in this game doesn't exist. It doesn't. You have to baby, for example, you have to distribute food around your bases, because there is no way for you to have a pal that distributes the food among the bases. No, you have to manually go to your base that is dedicated to create this food, and then take the food from that base to the other bases, so your other bases don't fucking starve. That's just fucking unfun. So let me show you my bases. This base is for crafting food. This is basically a farm where you get all of these stupid materials to create food, and you need a base like this. This is not a suggestion. You actually need a base like this. You actually need a base that crafts food like this. It's required. So I have to take my pizza and then take it to the other bases and distribute this pizza throughout this base and through the other bases, because no one can do this for me. And this is just very, very time consuming, very fucking unfun, and it just feels like fucking garbage. It just feels like simulated depression. This other base is basically a ranch that just farms these poles for their drops in this ranch, like flame organs, ice organs, electric organs, milk needed for the fucking pizza, and also I have some fields for this wheat, because it's also needed for pizza. And this base looks like fucking shit. You can imagine it was made by my girlfriend, so you can imagine why it looks like fucking garbage. Women are fucking terrible at basically everything, so this is what you can expect when you ask your girlfriend to build a base for you. You can just expect to be disappointed. So this is this stupid base, this garbage looking base, and this, like I said, is to get the drops from these pulse for the ranching, to monster ranch these motherfuckers to get their fucking drops. This other base is another base for mining, for getting resources from mining. So you need another base, you need like 2 bases at the very least, exclusively for mining, maybe a few fields here and there to get some crops. Other than that, this is exclusively for mining. Again, you need this. This is not a fucking suggestion. You actually need a base or 2 like this, more like 2. And this was the base where I started the video. this castle, this a base for mining. This started as a base of mining, but now I am transitioning it to maybe adding more pals that can automate the fucking creation, these workbenches, but that's about it. And I believe that this game requires a huge amount of bases, a huge amount of pals. I don't see why anyone would play on the default settings. I don't see why, because right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases already, so this would be the limit if I was playing on the default settings. I don't see how anyone can manage with only 5 max bases and the 15 limit poles. I don't see how. I am not really in the actual end game yet. I am not, because there is a ton of shit that I still have to go through to reach the actual end of this fucking digital torture. Like I said, playing this game is fun when you are exploring, when you're catching poles, when you are fighting with your poles, when you're training them, when you're going through the dungeons, all of that. Simple, mindless fun. But when you actually have to engage with the fucking crafting, with this fucking idiocy, then the game gets way too grindy for no fucking reason. And the only reason they do that is because they want to pad the fucking game. Let's not kid ourselves, that's the only reason why they do this, to pad the fucking game. Because I am going to be brutally fucking honest here. Palworld is a fun game. It is. I think it's a good game, but it doesn't have a ton of gameplay to it. It doesn't. So the only way they managed to increase the length of this game dramatically was by making all of these shenanigans, by shoehorning this crafting into the game that I am not necessarily dislike it completely, but I believe is fucking excessive. I believe the crafting in this game is fucking excessive. I don't think it should be this way. I don't. So how I will solve this issue? I will solve this issue really easily. There is a simple fix for this. We don't have to take away the fun from the mentally ill motherfuckers that actually enjoy this degenerate grind. We don't have to. All they need to do is give us an option. Just give us an option, an extra modifier in the options where I can tone down the amount of materials required for these recipes. That's all I ask for, because some people do enjoy. Like, I enjoy building bases. I enjoy it. It's entertaining. It's fun. Even though this game is very limited in the way that you can create bases. But I enjoy it. I enjoy creating these working stations, having my poles work for me. All of that is enjoyable, but I don't enjoy when it becomes excessive. Because no joke, the moment I reach the point where I had to grind for plasteel, then all my fun went down the drain. Because the fun parts of the game, exploring, catching poles, fighting poles, finding these rare poles, these alpha poles, whatever the fuck they are named, these shinies, all of that went to the background, because now the protagonist is the fucking crafting and all of this stupid mindless grind that I don't enjoy. If it was a bit less, or maybe a ton less, I wouldn't mind it. This is why I think this game needs a separate option that allows you to fine-tune the requirements for the recipes, for the crafting recipes. And I think that will fix the feeling people have that this game is way too grindy. Like I said, this is just me, maybe at the late game, but not at the end game. So probably there are a lot of worse things for me in the future. And I just believe all of this is fucking unnecessary. This is just artificial padding. Like, you think I am stupid or what? I am obviously seeing that you can't support a ton of gameplay, and the easiest route for you guys was to just create shit ton of fucking padding so people weren't finishing the game too early. That's why you're padding the game with this, all of this stupid excessive grinding. That's it. Because this shit, let's be fucking honest, this isn't gameplay. All of this shit isn't gameplay. All of this is just like a fucking formality. This is just dumb. This is bureaucracy. This is just stupid. All in all, I still believe that Palworld is a good game, and I do believe that it should be Game of the Year, if only to piss off fucking Nintendo, because I fucking hate Nintendo, and because fuck the AAA gaming industry, fuck them. I think these indie devs made a way more fun game than a ton of AAA games that have been released that are just fucking slop. But I am not going to be blindfolded because I have that idea. No, I think Palworld needs, as everything else needs fucking criticism. And this is my criticism of the game. I think the game is way too grindy, and you're going to find out that plenty of people believe the same. I am not alone on this shit. And blindfolded fanaticism is not what the gaming industry needs. It's fucking not. Blindfolded fanatics destroyed gaming. And you're just repeating the cycle, motherfuckers. You are just repeating the cycle. You shield for AAA game developers. See how that ended. Now you're shielding for indie game developers. Guess how that's going to end? It's going to end in the same fucking way. The lack of criticism, the lack of customer awareness, the lack of pushback is what got us in this fucking mess. So no, I think Palworld is way too grindy, and I wish the developers added an option to allow us to reduce the grind, to allow us to reduce the requirements for these recipes, because in my opinion, this is way too grindy, and this isn't gameplay, this is just fucking artificial padding.